Hey, what is up guys, it's Vendetta, and today we're going to look at a 1v1, and it is going to be between me and Samurai 97. This is going to be on the Tohoku Forest map. I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's a good map. Well, I say it's a good map. I really don't like fighting in forests, and this map is a forest. But so skirmishing is a little bit obscure on this map. It's a little bit obscure for cavalry as well. There are some little bit of hills going on. But so yeah, it's a pretty tricky map to play on. But it is, I don't know what it is about it. It has a charm, guys. You know, it has a charm. It's a fun map to play on. So I thought I'd choose this because Samurai 7 said he wanted a match. So I took him up on his challenge. He threw down the gauntlet and I picked it up. So I've bought some Matchlock Samurai up front. These guys are vanilla troops. I have seen myself bring a lot more vanilla troops now. I don't always go for my fancy veterans. But I've then also got, it looks like my Yari Ash in second rank. But again, I've got two vanilla Yari Ashigaru units, and then I've got Holding Hose in the centre ground, and these are my long Yari Ashigaru with 14 melee defense. So we then got, I think it's 3 Katana Samurai, all with 21 melee attacks. That's going to be raping pretty hard today. And then we've got some Naginata Warrior Monks who are vanilla, it looks like. So yeah, the only sort of veteran units I have brung are the Katana units, and then just a Yari Ash, so it's a pretty interesting mix. And then I got Captain Cabinet as well with that 26 melee attack. I have actually got a hybrid general. He has got melee attack, but he has also got some of that leadership, which is very nice. I've then also got 4 cavalry units. So I've got first silver, second hammer, fourth hammer, and silver hammer. And these guys, I think, are all veterans, yeah, but this one isn't upgraded as of yet. So we'll go over to Samurai 97. Let's put it in place so we can see what he's brought. So he's got some Bow Warrior Monks up front. He's then got some Naginata Warrior Monks. Let's get a better angle at this. So there's Naginata Warrior Monks, Naginata Samurai. He's got some Katana Samurai. What was that? Naginata Samurai. We'll look at it when it comes out. When it comes out into the open, that's what we'll do. And for his cavalry today, shall we bring in some very good Yari Cav. All of these guys have got 14 melee attack and 35 charge. This is a beast unit, and this is perfect. This is kind of what you want to be having. I mean, you probably could do without the defense, but in total honesty, anything is going to help if you know you're definitely going to win the cav engagement. It will pretty much be worth the extra 150 Koku with all those 3 units added up together. And that'll more than compensate, I don't know, maybe a unit of Naginata attendants. But what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be running up the hill as quick as possible, and then I will set my guys into a nice slow march because I want all of my units to be a little bit hidden and obscure so that he just kind of forgets what I'm bringing. So I'll put these guys up and I'll set them on this ridge line here because it's a good defensive position. We've got a pretty steep hill, so it's going to be pretty difficult to attack over, and also we are in forests. So we're in a forest, and that's going to negate his Bow Warrior Monks. So let's go see what he's got. He's got Nodachi, it looks like, no, another Nodachi, Katana Samurai, and he's got a Naginata Warrior Monk in his centre, along with 2 Naginata Samurai and the flanks. Did I say Naginata Samurai Warrior Monks? I don't know. So he's also got his general, and it looks like he's going to be playing a melee general, but again, he's going to be a bit hybrid. He's got some armor, he's got some defense, got some attack, so it's an all good all-round unit. But he doesn't have any bows, that's the only thing he doesn't have. But I was really skeptical because I really didn't want to be facing up against this bow monk unit. Look at it, it's got 90 accuracy and 85 reload skill. He really does need to put on the ammunition. That's the only thing I would recommend. I've had debates with people in the past, you know, how should you upgrade your bow units? Personally, I'd probably go for reload skill and then go for ammunition. Then I'd probably then go for accuracy because, you know, bow monks, they rip through their ammunition. If you've got 85 reload skill, they're not going to last too long in a skirmishing fight. I mean, yeah, they'll probably tear the shit out of your enemy, but in total honesty, you know, the whole point of a skirmish battle is that you're there, you skirmish with the enemy's skirmishing units, you whittle them down enough so that you then hold the skirmishing power, because that then forces them to fight on your terms. Again, we're trying to reinforce that, fighting in your terms, and that is really what skirmishing power allows you to do. And then also there is, you know, the kind of whittling down. But if you're going to bring my type of an army, you always need to bring some good skirmishing units. So I did bring some matchlocks up front. Preferably go for some bows because if you're gonna go for a defensive stance, I mean, say if you bring Yari Ashigaru and they've all got 20 melee defense, should I say, you need to force the enemy forward to you. That's a lot of the kind of criticism I've had with my armies is that I like to play a defensive army. I like to bring those Yari Ashigaru, but for some of the time the tactic just doesn't work because I'm forced to move up against my enemy, and my opponent just doesn't he just doesn't want to engage me with that kind of melee defense. But if I've got some bows there to reinforce, then he's going to be forced forward because there's nothing else he can kind of do. So we're kind of staring each other down in a minute. He wants me to come out onto the open flat. I'm not going to do that because if you look at the units he's brung, these guys, I mean, the Nodachi have got 20 attack, 18 attack. These guys have got 18, so that's pretty decent. I said that he has kind of upgraded them pretty perfectly, and he's doing very well with it. I mean, melee defense I would kind of take off, but again, you want to be going for that. You want to kind of be going for that cost effectiveness. You want to be going for the price to performance ratio. So I think melee attack on Katana Samurai is definitely where it's at. Yeah, you could kind of do the charge bonus, but it is calculated randomly, as I've heard. And I never really charge in my Katana Samurai that often. As long as they kind of get the charge, I'm not really too bothered because I kind of vet my Katana units up for a sustained combat, and not just a charge and win. So to save money, I'm probably going to redo all of my cavalry, and no, some of my cavalry. I'll redo a lot of my vets, and Katana Samurai I'll redo so that they're just melee attack probably. I don't know. It's all in the testing. And he said to me, it's your turn now, so um, he's pulled his cavalry over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to release my 2 cavalry. And I'll notice that these guys were in a big, nice formation here. I've stealthily moved them up. If you don't know how to do that, you select both the units, and then you hold down control, and then you click and drag. So that's how you make them move up while they're still walking, so they're still hidden. A lot of people don't really know that, but it's a very, very good tactic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my cavalry out onto the flank here, because I really want him to be drawn in. Now, this is a very, very good move by Samurai 97. Now, just notice something. I've taken my units out here, so we're both playing a tactical game. We're not just blindly charging in. He's going to charge in his units, and he's going to be able to destroy my cavalry. These guys are non-vetted. These guys have got 11 attack. But look, 14 attack, 35 charge. My units are going to get destroyed. Now, what he's done is that I've now pulled out my cavalry. This was way too early for me. I needed to let these guys engage further. And basically, he's going to be able to take out both of my cavalry units with this one troop. So it looks like, I'm not doing too great. Certainly not, because the reason I brought these cavalry out in the first place was to make sure all of his cavalry was lured in, and then I was going to charge in my best cavalry at his flank and at his rear. But notice what he did there, though. He pulled up these 2 cavalry beforehand, and then he charged them in. And then he kept this one behind, waiting for these units to come out. So he did say to me that he was expecting something didn't quite seem right, and that was a very, very that was very well played, because he basically just shut my whole tactic down. I was expecting to draw with these, engage, and then charge with my hidden units. But as I was saying earlier, I did that way too early, because what I managed to do is that I charged my cavalry out just as his backup cavalry was coming to run in, and that backup cav managed to soak up all of this kind of hit, and then he pulled over the remnants of his units, which defeated my cavalry. So that was a good game to Samurai 97 for that cav battle. That was a good cav engagement. I would like everyone to take note of how I did so badly, but that was very well played, and I really wasn't expecting him to hold back, but I should have held back for just a little bit longer, waiting for that cavalry to further engage. However, it didn't all go against me, because you have to remember that you're always looking for that trade-off. So the trade-off here is that he's got one with 20 men left and another one with 48 men left. So that just about makes up one cavalry unit, except they're in 2 separate units, of course. So really, it didn't go too badly for me. 4 cavalry versus that cav. His cav probably costs, I don't know, probably about 1,300, I would have reckoned. So yeah, this cavalry probably costs 1,300 koku each. Mine always cost 1,000 per unit. So look at the koku performance ratio there. I got about 4,000 kokus worth for his 3,900. So although the tactic wasn't quite there, I did still manage to get a price, kind of koku to performance ratio and it wasn't all that bad for me. So you always want to look at the good side as well as the bad side. So he's pulled up his army a little bit more. He's like, "Yeah, Vendetta, why don't you just come off the hill and just walk into my bowmark?" So I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that, bitch." So I'm just going to stay up here and I'm just going to camp. I mean, a lot of you may be thinking, "Oh, Vendetta, that's so bad. You shouldn't be camping." Well, as I've said since day one, people wonder why you play the way you do. It's because you've got no other option. I'm not going to be stupid and walk down the hill because his units are better than mine. Well, I say they're better than mine, but my swords are definitely better than his, and I have got more monks. But it'd be kind of suicide for me to just run down and attack him without even thinking. I mean, these Nodachi is going to churn me up, and you'll see, because I am going to bring out another battle where he's got Nodachi. It's on rice fields, and his Nodachi reached melee attack of 25. He took on 2 of my katana units with just that. So that's the next battle I'm going to be showing. And he's going to be drawing in his cavalry because he wants to obviously see where my army is so his bowmarks can shoot. But he does run into my matchlock fire, and all of these guys are going to get absolutely peppered. When I say peppered, more like just going to get washed away there with matchlock fire, and they're going to be running away immediately. I did lose 2 matchlock samurai in the making of that, which is a bit bizarre. And he does be able to see me, so he's just going to unleash a volley. And while he's focusing fire on that unit, which is in the woods, you shouldn't be firing bow units into woods. It's a bad idea. So I pulled these guys further up to try and take some fire at his bow warrior monks to get a bit closer. But he starts to target them, so that was a very smart move by Samurai 97. People don't normally understand that. You want to always be, you don't want to have your guys in fire at will all the time. You want to be selecting your targets whenever you got bow troops. So this is going to be, I mean, altogether, it has gone exceptionally well for Samurai. He's beaten me in the cavalry. He beats me technically in the skirmish, but he's charging me. This is going to be his big downfall because what I'm doing now is that I completely took away all of my Yari Ash. I took them to the back because I thought he had more cavalry than this, and I'm going to countercharge his his Nodachi, which, oh my goodness, I've lost 2 men, and his Nodachi have lost, oh my god, I didn't even know that. They've lost 70 men, and I've lost 20, so I've just completely countercharged these Nodachi. The Naginata Samurai are going to be charging on up, and, I ensue in pretty much just running down the hill. I put these guys, I kind of reform them a little bit. I put Captain Cabinet in. I think I do a rally. I do a war cry as well. Oh no, there's my war cry. There's my war cry. He's done a war cry on my Naginata Warrior Monks. I do it on pretty much all of his. And it's not going well all of a sudden. So we've gone from winning in cavalry engagement, having the skirmishing advantage, to all of a sudden units are beginning to rout. This flank will quickly be overrun as we've only got we got 13 out of 160 Nodachi units. So these guys just got absolutely minced in the time that they were on. And I'm up. Oh my god, my fifth shock troopers. They got 200 kills in the space of about 20 seconds. That is incredible. And we're going to be continuing the fight and putting on the pressure on this flank here. And the second shock troopers are getting some nice kills there against these Naginata Samurai, who unfortunately were not. I don't think he individually charged. This is a classic example of why you should always individually charge units. Now I can tell that Samurai 97 clicked the group, and then he clicked and dragged for the formation. I can tell he did that because I did so well on the charge. Now, talking about the charge, these guys, the 5th Shock Troopers, they got 21 attack, and look, the charge, what I was talking about earlier, yeah, it's calculated randomly. There are several factors which affect it, but look, they got 15 charge bonus, that's vanilla, and they absolutely decimated this Nodachi unit down here, absolutely destroyed it, and really that just kind of shows you how in the good situations you can really pull off some wonders with just vanilla vanilla stats. So that was a very, very good battle. His downfall was obviously charging up the hill, and I did very well with individually attacking units. That's something which I've been trying to focus on more often. Because before I did just click and drag, and it never worked. So now I individually give orders. So I hope you enjoyed, and we'll go to the result screen. Hello guys, and we're back with the results. So I bought a lot more men than him. I bought about a good 700 more men than him, and I did lose a lot less, it looks like. But we'll look at who did well and who did not. So the shock troopers there at the top, 202 kills from that Nodachi, absolutely cleaned it from the field. I wasn't expecting them to do that well. You have to remember as well that those katana samurai, they had 21 melee attack compared to those Nodachis that they decimated who had 20 attacks. So, and you have to bear in mind as well that you also got the Banzai from those Nodachis as well would have also boosted their stats. So the Naginata Warrior Monks came in a close second. These guys are again vanilla, so it's not always best to bring kind of vetted up units against a vanilla army, because vanilla armies are a lot cheaper, which means you get a lot more units, but qualitatively speaking, they're not as good, obviously. So yeah, you always want to be getting that surround, or as you saw me do there, I got an excellent charge off downhill and wiped him out pretty much before his units could do much damage. As you can see here, my units didn't really sustain too many casualties. And we'll go down a little bit further. And, these Yariash were just there to protect against... I mean, if you've ever got a Yariashigara unit or like a line facing you, you never really want to be charging into it, because they... what I normally do is I like to have my Yariashigara up front. I like them to hold the enemy in position just for long enough, and then I'll scoot round my my Katana Samurai or my Nodachis, or reinforcers and monks. So they're a good holding down unit. Don't fall into that trap. Yes, they're tempting because they're crap, but you want to be being a little bit more reserved. So that's mainly what I use them for, and they did pretty darn decently. So as cavalry did exceptionally well, I want to reiterate that Samurai 97's cavalry tactics were just perfect. They were so good. A 3 versus 4 scenario, yeah, they were qualitatively better, but that was still excellent thinking. You don't charge in all of your cavalry at one moment. You see there, he held one back from the rear, waited for me to come out in case I did, because you have to remember, he didn't know that I had any more cavalry there, but my tactic was looking a little bit suspicious, pulling away from him. But that was a good tactic. I did like it. So we've got some nice cav tactics going on there. And yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about. And notice how I managed to minimize the effect of his bow warrior monks, only getting 28 kills there, given that they had 85, was it reload skill and 90 accuracy, I think. So given that they had those high stats, I stayed in the forest. I made sure he couldn't get shots at me. And really, I deprived him of that unit. That's going to be an expensive unit. I wouldn't be surprised if that unit cost maybe 1,500 koku. So that's 1,500 koku, bang, out the drain, completely useless. So that was a good battle. I did thoroughly enjoy it. I love playing against Samurai 97. He's a good player, and he's a lot of fun to play against as well. So I hope you enjoyed, guys, but bye for now.